All right. So, man. Um, just, just last couple of days really that I've been having, not just really work related, but even somewhat personal, life related. Just it's been chaotic in a way, especially how right now work is kind of leading up to it. It might be a little bit of a challenge if I want to continue doing this, at least in the schedule that I've kind of stick to in a way. Even though I kind of slacked off a little bit on last video, even though that was supposed to be uploaded about a week, no, not a week ago, but roughly a day before the video actually was uploaded. But like I said in my previous video, I had shit to do the next day. There was no way I could have uploaded that same day. There was no way. But enough of me bitching, really. The good thing is that at least for these past couple of days, mostly beginning of yesterday and today, I was able to get some photos. However, I decided on choosing mostly yesterday's photo because I don't know. Let's see this. So you guys can see here, I'm doing something new now because I think I said in some last video. I'm not entirely sure. I need to see which video I said it, but I said I was gonna start experimenting with different types of photography styles in a way. And yesterday I came upon this old Volkswagen while I was driving around. I don't know. It might not be that antique, might not be that, nothing special, but I don't know, just the style, the way how it was, and mostly just the owner keeping it relatively clean, even though I can't tell you what year this is. I don't know. I just seem to like it. I just seem to like it, so I decided to take a photo of it, and we'll see how this we'll see how this edit goes with this car for the first time. So again, kind of before I even start this, I have not checked any tutorials on how to do any specific edit with cars. However, I have been following a guy on Instagram that kind of deals with car photography, so I've kind of looked at his posts on his stories on how he edits his pictures. So there might be a little bit inspiration of him, but we'll see. Anyways, as far as today, we'll start with our normal lens correction. Cropping wise, since I took this shot relatively close, I don't need no cropping. Alright, because I had taken previous photos of this car, but I was able to get one that was to my liking and in a way already kind of in frame or the way how I wanted it to. So no cropping needed, at least for this photo for today. So that's relatively good. Now, yeah, I think because I was leaning more towards masking. Now, granted, I haven't checked masking. Let me just do that right now. How would this look like? Okay, well, it's not bad, but the problem is it's gonna be masking also the shadow under it. But we'll see how that goes. That'll be probably a little bit later. But as far as right now, let's just start with the basics. Let's see here. As far as the temperature, since I already kind of liked it how it was originally taken, I'm just gonna slightly increase the temperature, just by barely amount, not too drastically, really. As far as tint would, yeah, I didn't think to like that, but we'll just leave it like that. Just minor adjustments. Exposure, since I do see by our histogram up here, I do see that it's kind of relatively underexposed in a way. However, what I would want to do is, with the masking, I would want to expose the subject. In this case, would be the Volkswagen. But as far as the whole picture as a whole, I'm not sure. Maybe I'm not leaning towards that. So maybe as far as right now, we'll leave it in place. Maybe I'll adjust it, or you know what? Let's just slightly increase it, just roughly nothing. Contrast. Just a slight decrease as well. Or, I'm sorry, a slight increase. Now, again, from this guy that I've been following on Instagram, the good thing at least that when I took this photo on my lens, I had again the polarizer that I think I used on day 5 to take that photo of the gentleman on the window. So initially this had a lot of reflections and a lot of sun glare. I think that's what it's called. That's the term, sun glare, on this Volkswagen. So roughly I got that a little bit sorted out. Again, thanks to the polarizer. So I guess that's a that's a that's a plus in a way. As far as highlights, uh, let's just decrease it ever so slightly, just something. All right. Shadows. We'll increase it slightly. Because again, like I've stated, as the picture as a whole, I'm not trying to do major changes to it. It's mostly gonna be when I have the mask on the Volkswagen is when I really will start to make, I guess, the major adjustments on this picture. But as a whole, I'm not trying to. I'm really not trying to change much, but just moving the sliders here and there, I can see what works with me at least. So as far as whites, with whites we'll just leave it be. We don't need to adjust that. Blacks. Just a very slight increase. Texture. Let's see here. No one. Let's see from as a whole. Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna change anything in texture because again, since I'm on the basic section, it's affecting the whole photo. But maybe when I'm on the masking and when I'm prioritizing the car, maybe that's when I'll raise up just slightly the texture. But as far as right now, the whole photo as it stands, it doesn't need more texture. Probably same thing with clarity and same thing with dehaze. We'll get back to these probably when we have the mask on the Volkswagen. As far as vibrance goes, yeah, a slight increase on that. It wouldn't be too bad. Now, what if we do a slight saturation increase as well? All right, just barely something, but that's fine. All right. Detailing. Well, I wonder. I wonder if we can do details probably also with the mask. As far as color mixer, really the only colors we would be focusing on is green, and that would only prioritize the grass here in the background. So let's see what were to happen if we were to just okay, maybe just a slight decrease. Slight increase in saturation as well. Maybe a very slight increase in luminance as well. Again, this portion for the green, I think as far as I can see, there's no black option. So that's rather going to be weird. Or I'm sure we can do this point color, grab our point. Oh well, that really kind of didn't help. All right, well, at least we tried with that. As far as the other sliders, I don't think they'd be really adjusting it. So there's no need to kind of adjust the rest of the colors, when in reality the big colors, or the two main colors that we're prioritizing right now, is kind of the green in a way, but it's mostly the black here of the Volkswagen, so not much going on with this. So as far as vignetting, do I want to add in another vignetting effect on this? No, I'm not, because I already have a plan for how am I gonna do this. So we'll not do that. Now, let's see. So we got the car mask now. This is where, at least I hope, the major changes are gonna come into play. As far as exposure, let's see what we can increase. It's just very slight, just barely something. Contrast. This is gonna be up to 0. I don't need anything. Now, the highlights. Maybe just a very slight increase on highlights. Oh, so I didn't realize you can also change the temperature with the subject. That's actually rather cool. I didn't realize about that. We don't need to change the temperature. As far as saturation as well, no, we won't need that. Here we go. This is where we want it to be on the effects section, but we'll come back to that later. We'll just see what other sliders we can adjust right now. As far as shadows, maybe just a slight increase in shadows. See how that goes. Whites, it's primarily focusing on the sunny reflections of the portion of the car. So we would want to maybe decrease it just slightly. Blacks, just we'll just leave that at 0. We'll leave that at 0. We won't mess with it. As far as right now, I think that's pretty good adjustments. Now let's see. Hue, temperature, and tint, we probably won't need that. Saturation, we definitely won't need that. Let's see. This can be skipped. Point color, tone curve. I already have kind of my opinion towards this. Maybe I still need to look at more tutorials, but as far as right now, that's not something I want to mess with. Here we go. The texture, clarity, and dehaze option. Let's see. Texture, I do want to increase it, not too slight, not too much, but at the same time, just make it a little pop in a way. There you go. I think that's good. Clarity, I wouldn't want too much of this, if anything. We could keep clarity at the same. Well, we don't need to adjust that. Dehaze. Maybe just a very slight increase. Just slight increase. We can add in grain as well. I don't know if that'd be a good idea, really, but we'll see. No, I tried with the grain. That's probably not going to be a good idea. Now, see here, details. You can get more sharpness, noise. Just a lot of these settings I never realized. So let's just slightly increase sharpness as well. As far as noise, I don't see really much of a difference, so we'll just keep that the same. I don't even know how you pronounce that. More. I don't know. I'm not gonna even attempt it. Alright, well, I tried the other three options. I think mostly it was just a little bit increase in sharpness. That's really all. Now I'm just curious. Oh, that's just me, probably because I thought this portion of the car was kind of grainier, but that's just me. Now, let's see here. Let's do a before and after. I think as far as what we've done, including picture as a whole and then separately on the car, I think I like it. I like the changes we've made so far. Although some may argue that maybe the raw photo may be looking better as far as detail, but I try my best to make these photos kind of better than the raw, because obviously, kind of like what I've stated in the past, if I know that at least the edited portion or the edited photo would look kind of worse than the raw, then I would have not recorded. I would have not done any changes. I would have just posted the raw photo. So I try my best to kind of accommodate that, but I personally think I did pretty good. Now, maybe I will affect, or maybe I will add in vignette effect just slightly, maybe. Or wait, hold on. That just came up to my head. Let's try something with this. After looking at that, no, I'll just add in a vignette effect, because what I was kind of planning was to kind of do the same thing as the vignette effect would do it, but just with a linear masking. Just kind of decrease the exposure, maybe do some tweaks here and there, but again, I would still need some more practice with that. So as far as right now, I'll just add in a vignette effect, just something slight, maybe. Maybe not that much. All right, that's maybe something that I've kind of spent roughly 2 minutes just moving some sliders, especially here, seeing what would work. I think this is what we're gonna stick to. Yeah, I like that. I don't think I need anything else. Now, let's see what else we can do. Well, that is definitely not what we wanted. Again, like I've stated, I try with every photo with the little level that the camera already has in the camera. I try my best to have it at level and then at center, if that makes sense. So, which is why sometimes I don't try to level the photo after the fact. I like to do that while I'm taking the photo, even though that may be at sometimes a little pain in the ass for me, I I'd do it. I'd rather do it while I'm taking the photo instead of after the fact while I'm editing the photo. So that's just my personal preference. So maybe as far as everything here. All right, well, I don't know. I think that just might have to be it. Now, before I actually call it good, let's just. Okay, well, normally here it showed the portions of that are like extremely underexposed, but I don't know why is it not showing. What if we were to go to? No, okay, well, I don't know why that's not taking place. But I don't know, like I'm saying, I think as far as my first attempt trying with editing a car with entering into car photography in a way, I don't think I did such a bad job, There's obviously more things I can work on, especially with as far as the options of the masking and not just, with the subject, but I'm sure there's more cool effects that I can add in to with whether that be in linear gradient, radial gradient, whatever the case may be. I'm sure there's more to it, but like I said, it's something I'm trying to personally work on. I really am. But it's kind of like I've stated, and I'm not trying to make no excuses or whatnot, but just as far as, you know, my personal life, it's not that much. It's not, you know, nothing really or out of the ordinary is going on, but especially more towards my work life. Just how things have been over the past couple of days as far as work related stuff that I've got to prioritize. That can be a little bit of an issue as far as making these videos, making these edits and uploading them and editing them. It may be a little bit of a hassle. I mean, I can't complain really because I'm sure that's at some certain point that was going to happen, but that's just kind of it's kind of what I'm dealing with at the moment. I mean, I really don't know if it's gonna get worse, if it's gonna get better. I I pray that it gets better in a way, but as far as work is and just what's going on in work, and I normally in these videos I normally don't talk about my work life because it has nothing to do with what my whole goal with these videos are, which are photography slash videography based, right? I don't try to involve my work life onto these videos. And normally I really shouldn't because I'm sure you guys wouldn't care, right? But as far as how that's kind of interfering with what I'm trying to do, uh, it's questionable. Now, when I mean questionable, I don't mean that I'm just all of a sudden I'm gonna stop making these videos, right? Because like I've stated many times before, this is something that I obviously want to continue on doing, but at the same time, I can't I can't prioritize this and just fucking forget my work life, right? I gotta the moment that this and this starts making me some sort of income is when maybe I can start deciding and thinking to myself, okay, is this possibly a career that I can have that I can continue on, if I want to quit my job, right? But as far as right now, this and this is not making me nothing. It's making me nothing. I'm just doing this purely on the fact that I really enjoy doing this and I would want to do this, right? For anyone that wants to follow along or that wants to, kind of start in photography, that's mostly the main goal. As far as, like I've stated mostly on my first video, it's personal goals as well for me, right? But like I said, there may be days, I don't know when, I don't know if it's gonna happen soon. It may happen sometime in the future though, that there may be a, I wouldn't say an absence, but there will be some changes. I can't really say what changes because I quite frankly, as I'm recording this video, I quite frankly don't know, right? But there's probably going to be some changes as far as how often I'm going to be uploading, how often I'm going to be recording and editing, all that stuff. Because as much as I love doing this, as much as I really enjoy doing it, there's no way I can forget about my on what I have to do with work, right? There's no way I can do that. Because let's just say if I don't focus or prioritize work more than this, let's just say it's not gonna go good for really anyone. That's all I'm gonna say as regarding about that. So I just wanted to kind of put it out there because, like I said, I don't know. I really don't know what's gonna happen within the future, but I'm gonna try my best to continue on with the schedule that I have been following, which I say it's a pretty decent schedule to start off. You know, dedicate one day on recording, started on editing. I mean, right here, I got a little calendar here showing what days I have to do, right? Is it the best way? I don't know. Could I do it on my computer or on my phone? I could, but I just like to write things down. I personally prefer writing things down. So I have kind of a schedule set for making these videos, and I want to stick to that. I don't want to be consistently changing. I want to stick to that. But like I said, there's things that I've got to prioritize, sadly, more than this. But I'm not trying to slack on this schedule that I've already set up and that I plan on having until I can start doing this every day, full time, I guess, in a way. But that's how things are, and that's how things stand at the moment, right? Well, anyways, that's as far as today goes. I don't know if it was a short video again. Again, not much going on really with these photos as far as editing wise. But I don't seem to hate it. I rather quite honestly enjoy it because I've stated editing with these short clips. It's fine for my workflow, and I tend to upload them much quicker than how I used to do it back then with the 30-40 minute videos, so I can't really complain. Anyways, that's all for today. I'll see you guys next video.